Rolling in the Mist is a series with fantasy violence, sexual humor, and worst of all, cussing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting session of Rolling in the Mist. I am your master of ceremonies, Kevin Carpenter, and joining me today are...
Pablo Milla, as Eugene Fritz eating veggie straws.
Is Eugene Fritz eating the veggie straws or is Pablo doing it?
I just found, I'm assuming we're in the shop now, so I found some of this.
While we were driving to Skid's house, we stopped by the local 1111. Or the 812.
It's the 812.
The 812.
No, open from 11 to 11.
And he picked up some snacks.
Who else is joining me today?
We're not sponsored by Veggie Straws. Ryan Bravo as Dr. Leo Castello.
And...
Me playing Arthur Strange.
Dr. Kevin Carpenter.
Dr. Kevin Carpenter.
And as always, on the mixer, Chris Rangel.
Boo!
Come
We'll
on,
get you a
man,
mic
that's
one day,
great work.
Chris.
Alrighty. So, when we last left our protagonists, they broke a miner out of juvie, met up with their homeless man friend, found a way to speak through ghosts, one way at least, and then picked up another teenager to help with their plan to take down the mayor of the city.
So it's a Japanese anime.
Dude, when you say it like that, we sound fucking lame.
I know, right? What's in those words?
I mean, sometimes we get senses like, let's go take down Mayor Dracula or else, hell will overtake the city. And then sometimes it's like, hey, we need to get our two teenagers and our homeless man friend to help with our plan.
The real heroes of Eden City.
Are you gonna...
I'm not going to eat veggie straws the whole time. I'm just trying to eat them while people are
Let
talking.
the man eat, man. He's hungry.
Look, I feel like this adds true character in the odd lewd fashion to this podcast, so continue.
Shut up,
Just, chew that way. There it is.
Bravo, grabbed Pablo's head and physically turned it to the other
Like a
way.
good 25 degrees to the left.
Fucking child in a theme park.
Wait, hold on. Wait, is that a thing that happens to children in
That's the
theme
thing that
parks?
happens to
you?
Latinx children.
What? Their heads just get turned the other way?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, not from here, up here.
You mean the top of your head?
At the sacrum or whatever, the solar plexus, whatever.
The solar plex?
Fucking up here. It's grabbed. Yeah, none of y'all's dads ever grabbed you from the back of the neck
No.
and steered you through theme parks?
No, my dad just beat me.
Yeah, my dad wasn't a leopard.
My dad wasn't a leopard?
Your dad was white as hell. So you probably had a leash.
No, actually, no lie. My mom had a leash on me when I was a kid.
Oh my God,
Like
really?
not like a leash around the neck, but like a harness. Yeah.
Like a fucking
Anyway,
dog.
back to the game.
Yeah.
You all have
Everyone's
assembled.
opening up.
You all have assembled at the Levy mechanic shop. There was... Actually, I'm just going to play out this awkward moment. As the two cars came over to the shop, what was the guy's name? Pause.
This is your game.
Mike?
Literally...
Big Mike?
Big Mike, that was it.
Yeah.
Listen, literally all of my campaign notes are on a single Google document. So if I forget someone's
Is
name...
that same Google document the same for a D&D?
No, those are different. Here's the thing. As a DM, whenever I'm running a campaign, I just put all the notes into a single Google document, which makes it hell when we get to this point in the campaign where it's like, oh, we've been doing this for a year. What was the name of that one NPC? I guess I'm going to have to look into page 14 of 49.
Yeah.
So we roll up on Big Mike's.
Yeah, you roll up on Big Mike's with a Mustang and the beat up Dodge Charger. That's basically... the radio's out, a piece of the armor plating is off.
How is it still drivable?
Ghosts.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, ghost.
And so Big Mike comes out and he sees the Dodge Charger and he's just like, oh, all right, well, wait, what was Big Mike's voice? Because that was
He also was Irish.
He was Irish, dude. They're all
Irish.
Oh yeah. So yeah,
An
yeah.
Irish
So
family.
Yeah, you were doing the captain's
yeah, I was
voice.
doing captain's voice. I always want to go into the captain's voice for some reason.
Just do what you're trying to do with Olivia and make it
Deeper.
manly. Yeah.
Okay. Pause. Let me get into the voice. Living room. Okay, I think I've got it here. There's something around here.
Yeah, it's a very Russian Irishman. So you're.
All right, professional voice actor, we get it. We
Oh,
get
no,
it.
I'm just saying. This is how Irish.
Don't worry, the internet will tell us that.
What's the sentence you're trying to say?
Who the fuck are you?
Who the feck are you?
Big.
If you had the power to change your fate, would you? This is no disgrace to our foreign listeners.
Big Mike, who is short, waddles up and he looks at the Dodge Charger and goes, okay, so I can already kind of see what's going on here. So, basically your car is just completely fucked. And at that point, Olivia comes out of the Mustang and takes off her helmet. And Big Mike goes, Olivia? Ada.
Ada.
No, let him go. I want to hear it. I just want to hear the dialogue.
Continue, Kevin.
You're ruining a beautiful moment.
Oh, yeah, I know. And I'm sorry.
Continue, Kevin.
A single tear goes down Big Mike's face, and then he goes and snorts the tear back up into his eye because he does not show weakness. He's like, well, it's fancy showing your face around here after you got taken in by police and put my little girl in juvie and come here. And he runs up and hugs his daughter, which, at his height, his head just kind of comes up to her belly. And basically he's just hugging her legs.
Dwarf, is what you're saying.
And Olivia looks down and goes it's okay. I got broken out. It's fine.
It's okay.
Dad, let me
Just like your wee little dad.
listen, I got broken out and I got to do something just to kind of repay a debt, and then after that, I'll be good to go. But and then her eyes flicker and she turns to you, Strange, and it's just like, did you delete the files on me while we were in there?
Oh yeah.
Well, all right, I'm on the run.
Give me a second, and I could kind of just fly out real quick. I just leave.
Are you gonna fucking metagame your ass back to the
Oh,
No.
I mean, you could technically do that. I'm just
So I was like, hey, give me a half an hour, and I just leave.
You just leave.
I just fly out.
No.
he can do that. We can't say no to that.
I don't. I just feel like it lowers the stakes if she's not also on the run. And also, the only thing, this is the last thing that was said to get her on board, was like, if you need to go somewhere fast, I can get you there. And it's like, he can get anywhere fast. We don't need that skill. We need Elastigirl. That's what we need. So fuck him going away. I don't know why we didn't just go into Skid's house while we were in front of a house.
Eugene just screams into the sky.
Yeah, I'm screaming all of this. No, wait. Strange. Oh, Strange. Oh, Dr. Strange.
And I come, Doctor
Yeah, Doctor.
We're back to that again.
Yeah.
I come
dead for a long time.
floating down again. Yeah.
No. We're not doing that. No. She can be on the run. If we have to be on the run, she has to be on the run. Because we didn't go to jail. And she went to jail. And that's not, no. We're not, no. We can deal with that at a later date.
And Big Mike goes, hey, wait a minute.
And you, sir, I am being very aggressive, but I would like to formally request on behalf of the group.
Do I know you?
Nope, you don't. Most people don't. And that's how I like it. So my name is Mr. F. Mr. F. And that's what you're going to call me from now on. Nobody tell him it stands for Fritz. It's just a
Leo's
reference.
just standing there dumbfounded, like, where the fuck this come
And then
from?
Big Mike looks at you, Leo, and he starts glaring and goes, wait a minute. I recognize you. And he waddles up to you and he's glaring down at you. He looks down at your scrubs, looks up at you and goes, yeah, I know you. You're the one that got me out of the coma. Oh, it's great to see you again.
And I was like,
woo! And he comes to hug you, hugs your
I
leg.
didn't
I
know
kinda
where you were
hug
gonna
him.
take that. I was ready to possess him and smack his head against the wall.
is that
he
your
pick him up?
go-to? Like,
Yeah.
possession.
Yeah, actually, Big Mike grabs your legs and then picks you up.
Wow, it's nice to see you. What was his last name again?
Mike.
No,
His last
his,
No,
his actual name.
His last name is Levy.
It's like, nice to see you, Mr. Levy, and how are you doing? Wow.
It's Levy, but you can call me
Levy.
Big Mike.
Sorry about that.
And he drops you
sure.
down on the ground. Well, you did me a good favor, and honestly, I told you I'd repay the debt, so I'm gonna repay the debt. You're all welcome here, especially as long as you're with my daughter. Also, who was the one that broke her out of prison? I'm assuming it was all of you.
Are you still there? Are you still there?
No, he came back.
Not only am I there, I'm floating.
And he looks at you and goes, yeah, you got a problem there. Your feet aren't touching the ground.
Yeah, there's. I got a lot of problems.
Olivia looks down at Big Mike and goes, yeah, he's a ghost. It's a long story. It's complicated, but pretty much we're going to take down the mayor, and we just kind of need a place to lay low for a little bit, if and you don't mind. And Big Mike goes, I'd burn down this entire city for you, my little girl. Come on. Inside my shop before the cops come in.
That's a real supporting father right there, ladies and gentlemen.
So you all are kind of let in. Otis and Skid are just kind of like following along in the back, just like, we don't have anything to say. We're just going to keep going with this.
Big Mike, if you have space in your garage, do you mind if we push the vehicles inside?
Oh, yeah, certainly. Get in there. These vehicles are hot,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
Get him in. And, he opens it up. You guys lead the cars in. Eventually, you all are kind of put into the mechanic waiting room. There is, of course, coffee that has been on the burner for, the whole day. There is the smell of tires and grease, little couches that some have been kind of ripped. But, it's a mechanic's waiting room is what it is.
It's really more of a waiting corner.
Pretty much.
He's got stacks and piles of papers, of receipts and shit.
Yeah, so you all are sort of led inside. And Olivia turns to Big Mike and goes, by the way, Dad, I was wondering if you were able to, and Big Mike looks at her and smiles and goes, you know exactly what I did while you were gone. And Olivia goes, oh. All right, let me grab my stuff really quick. And she, runs into the garage. You guys hear like a trunk opening up, and Big Mike turns to everyone and goes, all right, everyone, get some coffee or water and figure out what your plan is. I'm going to catch up with my daughter and make sure she's all good to go. I know you all sort of break my daughter out of prison. I'm very grateful for that. At the same time, I must say, don't steal anything. Or I will cut your balls off. I'm in perfect reach. And he trundles back into the garage.
So he is Russian.
What? Only a Russian would say something like that.
Meanwhile, I'm like trying to like grab the pot of coffee that's just phasing through my hand.
He's like, need to work on that. Thank you, Mr. Big Mike, sir.
He already went to the garage.
He's gone.
No, I said that as he was leaving.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
I go over to the pot of coffee. I pour as many as anyone want coffee.
Skid goes, yeah, I could go for one.
Okay, that's one. Eugene.
I'm fine. I think caffeine doesn't really agree with me.
Otis goes, is there any bird shit in it?
and he's like, he looks down. Well, there's no poop in here, so.
It's okay, I brought my...
I knew you had brought some.
Do you want some too?
No, that's not what I'm
I've got
saying.
enough to share. If
Oh,
anyone
yes,
wants
and-
some bird seed
I'm going to
in the
stand over
coffee.
here.
And I just go to pour coffee, and it's like, here you go. I guess there's some cream. Is there cream or sugar or some shit?
Skid just looks at you and goes, I drink it black.
And I'm like, okay, Mr. Edgelord. There you go. Yes, Dr. Le Castello, still a little hip.
Okay, so you all are kind of gathered around. Eventually the door opens, and Olivia Levy comes in, and she is in like her full gear. Like she's back in her like red jumpsuit. She has her like custom red helmet under her arm. And she walks in and closes the door and goes, all right, so Dad's going to be looking at the cars and making sure everything's good to go. In the meantime, we kind of need to figure out exactly what we're doing to, take down the mayor and all that, because that's not really an easy thing to do.
Indeed, I suppose we've prolonged the inevitable long enough, haven't we, gentlemen? So, the dream team is assembled, as it were.
I feel when he says that, the camera like zooms out, and you just see just this travesty of people in the room.
Crackers goes, more like a nightmare.
You're right, Eugene. This is, I guess you could say, the Guardians of Life and Death right now. So, not much to look at.
Skid goes, that'd be a pretty good band name.
Yeah. And Leo's like, oh, yes.
So
Not bad.
I only came back to get his soul and bring it back. I have no idea how to kill him. How do we kill a vampire?
Well, and this is Skid talking.
Really? Oh, my wee little daughter, I've killed a couple vampires in my day.
I guess the 3 NPC characters are luckily different enough that you won't have to say that.
I would hope.
I would hope that they're...
Pablo has destroyed my confidence.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Professional Voice Actor over here.
I'm not.
Okay.
I feel bad.
So Skid goes, well, if the mayor is Dracula, then that means that, he has probably most of the strengths and weaknesses of Dracula. The thing is, though, is that Dracula has existed for so long that there's a ton of stories where some weaknesses don't work and some do. There are Draculas that are able to go across running water, some that are stopped. There's Draculas that are able to turn into wolves. There's Draculas that can eat garlic. Really, the main thing that kind of stays the same is that, if you destroy his body, like, he gets taken out. And a lot of times a stake to the heart will take him out as well. But, the problem is getting close enough.
The sun might be out of the question. I mean, he's the mayor. He's been seen outside during the daylight.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. There's also stories of Dracula's, like, being strong enough to, withstand the sun. And Babes, I mean, it's just... He might be, with the book, we don't even know what he's able to do anymore. Like, what'd you say? He had, like, lightning shot out of his hands?
Well,
there's no Dracula that can do that.
Let's tell you guys what we experienced back at the casino. He does have a couple of strong henchmen at his beck and call. There is one woman who, she just finds a way to have luck on her side. But it comes at a limit. She can't do it all the time.
Not to mention her sister.
That's right. This bit of a siren, I guess you could say. One note of her enchanting song and the whole crowd we were just lucky to resist at that one moment.
Yes, and Otis, that was the core, that was the root of the mystery that you set us upon with the disappearing women into the van. They were lured by Miss Melodies?
Yes.
Miss Melody. It's dawning on me in this moment. Is her legal name Melody Elodie?
I believe so, yes.
Is her name...
Wait, you're talking about the singer?
Yeah, the singer. Is it
her full name's Maggie Elodie.
Oh, Maggie.
Yeah, her stage name is M.
Elodie, and it sounds like Melody.
It's a nice little roll off
Okay,
tongue.
that's good.
Yeah.
Maggie didn't know that. She is the siren, and she is the one that has been used as the lure for these women, and from which Dracula has been sucking their youth to find immortality with the book. Am I correct?
That's a very, very strong hypothesis, yeah. And he's also got, I guess, a father and son team. They're just muscle. I don't know if they're going to be a threat, but...
Leonard and Bernard.
Yeah. I think he called them Lenny and Benny or something.
Yes, but it's clear that their names are Leonard and Bernard.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, and he also, as the mayor, he has, and he looks over to Strange, he's like the entire police force at his back.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he I mean, I don't know if you probably heard, the good old Red Rider over here call us public enemy number one, because, well, you were there. He has the entire city looking for us, and he also controls the police department, the fire department, everything. He has the SWAT team if need be.
Are we really scared of the fire department coming and getting us?
I don't know, but I'm scared of the riots. I mean, the riot team.
No, yeah. That's a fair point.
I think the best thing for us to do moving forward...
I guess you would be scared of the fire department coming in. Hey there, doctor.
Ooh,
He doesn't say anything. He's just like, nice.
That would be what one would call a burn.
The whole room's quiet.
Oh, it just goes...
No. Anywho,
This is my idea.
So
It's fine.
we now know that we're not dealing with an average vampire, and now we got to figure out
fighting
how
the
to
city.
kill him.
Not only to destroy him and eliminate him and get his soul for you, but we have to identify, as Dr. Castello just did in one form or another, each of the layers of protection that surround him and how we might best use our talents in the room to ascertain these situations and eliminate them so that we can get to the prize, as it were.
And then I look to my right, and I pick up, I'm able to finally pick up something. I was like, what if I just dip this in holy water and stab him with it, and it's like a wrench?
Where are you going to get some holy water?
Where's a church nearby?
I mean, it's Eden City. There's going to be churches
No, I
here
was
and
asking her.
Oh.
Where's the nearest church?
I mean, this one, a couple blocks down.
Yeah, see, go down there, dip it in there.
Is it going to be? I mean, isn't it going to be dry by the time you get it to?
I mean, the other thing you have to think about, babes, is you need to get close enough in order to hit him. And like we just said, he's going to be with all the cops. He's going to be at his fundraiser tonight. I doubt he's going to be leaving his place.
He also has the
What if
book.
I possess him and then you just burn the shit out of him?
I don't know if you're able to possess because he's able to control the contents of that book.
Oh yeah, he has that book.
So he's no real weak-willed individual.
Skid snaps his fingers. The book. That's the key to it all. Think about it. Whatever, like, if he could have done whatever he was trying to do before he got the book, he would have done it. He's the goddamn mayor. But instead, he went through all this trouble in order to get the book. Maybe our top priority right now isn't killing Dracula. It's getting that book.
Sid, I mean, you're correct. Don't get me wrong. It's a very strong argument. What is that thing?
I think his name is Skid.
Sorry, Sid. I meant Skid.
Yeah, it's all right.
I apologize. It's been a long day.
Apology accepted. Well, that book, I'm gonna be honest. I heard about it on some forums, found it in a certain library, might have done some things in order to get it. It's honestly kind of weird what happened, but basically I got the book. And he looks at you, Strange, and then looks back at the group. All right, look, that book is something that shouldn't exist. That's the thing. So I kind of gave this whole speech to Strange over here, but basically our world and the world of mythology are two of the same. They're all part of reality. And, you know, we all think that, you know, the mythological world is trying to break in, but really it's part of it. It's just under the seams and all that. But this book is calling to something. It's drawing on something that both exists within that world and also outside of it. Like, its nature is to be a paradox. And Skid looks outside, and it's at this point you guys can kind of see, like, the clouds have been, like, parted in certain ways. Like, you know, like, just strange, like, cracks are starting to appear in the sky. Mm-hmm. And you aren't seeing, like, you know, tears in the fabric of reality, otherwise it would be pandemonium. But you do notice that the light is weird. Everything is sort of starting to get muted, like a solar eclipse almost. Like, the shadows are wrong. And Skid turns to everyone else and goes, like I said, that book taps into something that's both exists within and outside. It is by nature supposed to exist outside of that realm. And the thing is that if that book is used too much, that thing it's drawing upon might come here. And that's the ball game.
So it's drawing upon something cataclysmic from another dimension.
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to dumb it down for everyone, but you got it.
No, we kind of know things.
Need. It's sort of my
We kind of know things, Sarah. So.
thing. So then perhaps, as Skid has pointed out quite astutely, the target is not Mayor Dracula, but rather the destruction of the book. If we destroy the book, won't that put everything back to normal and get rid of the...
because we would still have to deal with an immortal vampire.
Unless it is the book keeping him animated.
I mean, he was there before the book. Mayor Dracula.
But was he as powerful? Would he be as much of a challenge with all of us combined if he did not have the book at his beck and call?
I agree. Yeah, you're right. This book kind of gave him a bit of a power-up. But, I mean, he's still a man who controls everything, even without the book. He was a man who's outlived us for God knows how many lifetimes. Skid, when you used the book against me and Strange, you were able to summon and bring forth, I'm guessing, souls to dead bodies. Is, in your tampering with this book, is there a way to draw a soul out of it?
What, draw a soul, like, out of the book?
Out of a person. If you put souls into, I'm guessing, zombies or whatever you summon, the dead, is there a way to do the reverse and pull a soul out of a body?
When I summoned the dead, I wasn't putting souls in those bodies. I was just reanimating the bodies. And more than likely, there's a chapter in there about, like, messing with souls and all that. The thing is, I'm going to be honest, I only read the Making Zombies chapter because I was kind of wanting to impress Dora as soon as I could. Yeah.
Wait, your plan was to impress a girl by creating dead people?
I mean, can you create... I mean, okay, sorry. I realize I'm asking that to the wrong person, but it's like, hey... I mean, listen, there's not a whole lot of people in the city that can create like an army of zombies. I just kind of... We already had this whole, like, conflict, this confrontation. You guys shot me, so...
He shot you.
Yeah.
You're still crying about that? I'm fucking dead. Look at me. You're still alive.
You know what? Fair point.
Yeah, you kind of won that fight. Yeah.
You went to juvie and got out. I got shot, and look at me now.
You know what? Fair point. Fair point. I feel so much better now.
But you could understand what that book had, right? Like, you could read it.
If I got my hands on the book, he kind of looks out into space and kind of shivers a little bit. And he's like, I might be able to find what you're looking for.
And Leo kind of looks over to Eugene, then to Strange, to Otis. Look, this is probably asking for a miracle, but you are correct, Eugene, that we need to get this book out of him. And I'm not finding any way to kill an immortal vampire when he doesn't have the book. If you, Skid, can find a way to draw the soul out of it while maintaining, we don't want to get into a fight. There's going to be people at this gala who are innocent, really. Then I feel like we either steal that book, get it out of his hand, and buy Skid enough time to figure that out while minimizing casualties.
I could scare everyone out of the gala.
That could be a very,
That could be effective.
I've seen your face. It's terrifying.
Otis pipes up and goes,
Well, I think the one thing that we've kind of figured out here is that the stealthy approach is not something that you all can do very well.
And I feel all three of us at the same time. Yeah, no.
No, historically, I suppose that tracks.
No, we have a really bad reputation.
tracks.
But,
No point in trying to do something we're not good at, so we might as well go ahead first.
Exactly. They might be trying to expect a, stealthy sneaking in, dressing up like other people, that whole kind of heist shebang. But they might not be expecting a bunch of batshit insane people just breaking through the front gates.
And it's a homeless man telling us this who looks like a fucking crazed guy.
yeah, his one eye twitches, and Olivia Levy turns and goes, well, you all did break out the best getaway driver in the city out of prison. So, being a getaway driver, all you need to do is turn the other direction and suddenly you have a breaking-in driver.
Huh. And at that moment, Leo kind of like looks over. He kind of walks up, looks over to the cars. Is Big Mike in the room, or is he still outside?
Big Mike is in the garage. He's currently working on the cars. He's actually installing a bulletproof plate to the Dodge Charger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he just had one lying around for some reason. I say as I'm staring at Pablo.
He's like, wow, this fits perfectly. Well, here's what I'm thinking, you are, I would have to say, Red Rider. Do you mind if I just call you Red Rider?
Certainly.
I mean, you certainly earned that reputation. You were fast and finicky, and I'll be honest, I feel like we were able to knock you off your bike by sheer luck.
I'd agree.
But if, I don't think all of us could fit on your bike.
Well, I would hope not.
So, what I'm thinking is, and I'll look over to Strange. He's like, Strange, I know you love that car, even after life. As he scowls at me. Is there a way do you think that perhaps...
I know exactly what you're going to say, and no, you fuckers have already ruined that beautiful car.
I mean, here's the thing. It's an armored, bulletproof car. It's already torn to shit. It's practically disposable, and it's a really hot car right now. You're gonna have to get rid of it eventually.
Oh my god.
Also, you're dead. What?
Damn, she got a good point there.
I'm just saying, you don't really need a car. You can float around.
And like my eyes get really big, like a haunting look. Like, that's my car. It's the one thing I got left in this world.
Olivia actually softens, and she walks up to you, and she puts a hand on your shoulder and like kind of hovers it there because she can't actually touch you.
Look like, what are you doing?
Yeah, basically just does kind of like a hover hand, and Olivia goes, "Listen, you're talking to the one person in this room that knows exactly how much a vehicle means to a person. But sometimes, just like any other loved one, you got to let it go."
And then from right there, I just kind of look like, just do it.
Perhaps, while we do have an expert getaway driver and thief, here in Miss Levi. Levy. Perhaps that is the function that she may play in this next operation. We don't have an army of police officers or an army of any sort, really, to combat the police force, but for every cop we do have, and he looks at Otis.
What?
Well, I figured this would be it. You would.
I
figured you would understand despite the
Were you
look.
setting me up for something?
Yes, I was rather.
I did not know that.
All right, well, maybe I'll give it you. I'm going to give you.
Okay, give it to me again.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll give it
see if
another
I get the
try
pick up.
and maybe.
Okay, let's do it.
He's like staring right at you.
I'm
ahead.
staring right at you too. Okay. We don't have an army of people to combat the police force, but for every police officer, we may have a
Bird.
it's gold ribbon to you. Good show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Here's a participation award for you. All right, now we do have.
I
that.
feel like you're mocking me.
I should have had the coffee. All right, I should have. I didn't. It's
Skid looks at you and goes, "It seems like you're already kind of piped up.
Yeah,
you don't need the extra caffeine."
I've just been going through a time, and I don't need sleep, but I really should. Anyways, so everyone in this room, as it seems to me, serves a function. We have a getaway driver, who is also powered and master thief. We have a man who controls birds to occupy our lack of bodies. And then, well, we have an expert in the book, whom we need to get the book to. And then, of course, gentlemen, we have us three initiators of this fellowship. And what might we do, you ask? Well, if we have to get the book away from Mayor Dracula and get it to Olivia, and then for her to get it to Skid, and all that we might be able to offer is to buy them some time. And of course, Detective Strange can clear all of the human shields that Mayor Dracula has conveniently collected for himself at his gala by spooking them, and the cops won't be able to do anything about it if they are too preoccupied by some feathered foes. What do you think?
Skid goes, "Yeah, I think there's one problem with that, Chief. The whole impetus of that plan there is that you all get in there and are able to get out with the book. I think that's too much of a risk. I think I gotta go in with you guys."
I don't mean any disrespect, young man, but you and what army? I mean, surely we're no army ourselves, but at least we have proven ourselves to be rather physically capable and...
Skid smiles and go, "I get my hands on that book, I'll show you what kind of army I've got."
Gentlemen.
He actually does have a good point.
They ain't gonna try to eat him again, are they?
like Leo gives him a look.
I'll do my best.
But I mean, Eugene, that is actually a very good plan.
Yeah, why didn't you ever get plans before?
Otis, a question. What kind of birds do you control?
Every bird in the shitty.
So in the shitty,
I feel like you're mocking me as well.
what are you talking about?
Continue.
Let's say, for example, you were happy. I mean, do you have hummingbirds at your disposal?
If there are hummingbirds in the city, yes.
And how long would it take you to at least summon every feathered friend in this entire city? Because here is one thing that concerns me very well, and we escape by the skin of our teeth. The young singer, the songstress. If we were able to silence her with some of your birds, perhaps maybe little hummingbirds to pick at her or something. Something not so, obvious like a massive bird, but something very acute. Because and I look over to Eugene and said, "Eugene, do you remember when she was singing? Everyone was entranced by her, and they almost killed us if she was given the opportunity. She could turn us and the entire, perhaps when you scare them, completely brainwashed, and they would go after us. If we could silence that one little trump card they have, aside from her luck sister, you have a very powerful ability there, Otis. And your birds, like Eugene said, could take out or harass the police. But I feel like we should take her out first."
Well, first off, it's very nice to be appreciated for once. But that also sounds like a good plan. I'll keep some birds around with you in case you find that siren songstress, and I shall try to offer my assistance. However, I can't say for certain that while my birds are busy outside with all the cops and the police, that they'll be able to take on the siren as well.
So you So you're saying that your birds can is like so in other words, you'll be our point man. Right.
Exactly.
Come on.
I did it. That was the goal of the gold campaign. Breaking Pablo.
The birds in the city.
I haven't heard him speak that long.
Otis stands up and goes,
And that's all, folks. I've done my job.
and just walks out.
What about the other sister?
Well, she's a very, very problematic.
Skid looks up and goes, all right, so you said that this broad can control luck?
If she's very lucky, but sometimes when her luck runs out, she starts to bleed from her nose, so it puts a strain on her, I'm guessing.
Well, I mean, then it seems like there's two ways of taking her on. One, stretching her powers until, like, you find the moment she's about to break, and then you take your shot then. Or you hit her with something that luck can barely touch.
Do you have any suggestions?
Punch her in the face.
And Leo looks out like, the simplest answer is the wisest.
Surely that can't.
You know, I could have used you as an assistant when I was looking for a young deputy. Wait,
well,
would her luck work on me as I just float there?
That's a good question, Banks.
Wow.
I have no idea.
I mean,
wow, that's
luck
good.
works best when you're alive. What if you're dead?
The gasp was beautiful.
Because I'm just having a little. I hate to say this or even suggest it, but the only way to answer that question, and the reason I hate to say this is because we've spent so much time just gathering this collective of individuals, but there is only one person who could answer that question, Mr. Payne.
Otis looks up and goes,
About that, I was looking for you all. I was looking for you all, and I can't find Payne anywhere. I believe that he has left the city. It's a very serious thing, I know.
I know, yes, you're right.
Well, as far as I knew, or I'm aware, he's the only individual I know who can see luck. Unless anyone else has any fortune experts.
Olivia goes, all I know is that we're wasting time. That fundraiser is going to be going on soon. We need to get going.
All right. But just to revisit the bird situation one more time. Why waste more energy, as it seems to me, trying to take out yet another target of our empowered enemies when we could be using hummingbirds or any kind of songbird, really, just as earplugs? The only reason that the siren's song works is because those individuals were able to hear her. Instead of taking out the speakerphone, why not just plug the audience?
Olivia turns to you and goes, wait. Are you just asking for earplugs?
Well, we I suppose that would...
You're in a shop. And she just like turns around, goes behind a desk, and pulls out earplugs.
Oh. There's loud power tools in auto shops. They use... Oh.
Huh.
Well,
that.
I
She
suppose that
just
would...
starts passing them out like...
and then like she hands it to me.
Have
I'm
you
like,
been waiting for us to realize?
She goes over, it just falls through your hand.
I am going to be honest, there have been some simple solutions throughout these story arcs, but honestly, you guys just kind of going around them has
Look,
been
our job
most
is
of the
to
fun.
make it entertaining. Just say.
No, so like she hands them to me and he just falls like
good.
like they fall through my hand. Like, I'm gonna take a wild guess here, and I don't need these.
I don't know.
Again, just like the luck thing. We don't know what you can and cannot do, my guy.
Maybe it can possess the earplugs.
What?
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. He's a ghost. We don't know what he can do.
Yeah, she's got a point. Yeah.
A large bit of what we're talking about is just kind of going all hypotheticalizing about everyone's powers and all that. You know what? I think we just need to crash in there and try to get that book.
Fuck it.
It seems like the best thing on our side right now is just doing some crazy, insane speed and blowing shit up.
When has ever a plan we've ever done ever gone the way we've
I
explained
mean,
it?
something has to go right. I mean, we have to plan. We have to account for something.
I watched the EMP and the EMP went off.
I did pretty good job about that.
I just want to say that that part of the plan worked. You
Yes.
know, but that was because I was the one in charge of it.
And you did a great job.
No, please, say my name, please. Please say my name, Eugene. It's only like we've been adventuring for a while now.
No, I remember your name is Crackers. It's just, as the doctor said, it's been a long day and thought it might be Smackers, but of course it's not.
Smackers, huh?
Yeah, Crackers. Yes, Crackers. I admit it, all right? You caught me in a lie. You did a great job. What?
Speaking of Smackers, do you still have all that money from Pain?
Oh, yeah, we did get money from Pain.
Olivia looks up. You have money.
Well, yeah, hey. Yes, but it's not for you. It's not for any of... What are we going to use that money for?
How much does your dad need to make that car so strong it can fucking bulldoze right into that place?
And Olivia smiles. And
How many scenes are just gonna end with her smiling and alluding to a cutscene?
Let him tell the story.
Okay.
we transition to a cutscene of Big Mike putting on a welder's mask and just welding on armor plates.
montage?
Yeah, it's a montage.
I feel like every shady shop in this entire district is like, we got you. And just bringing all sorts of illegal contraband to build this thing.
Yeah,
I
so
want it to be like the tumbler from Batman Begins. This fucking bulldoze straight into the
We
wall.
turn your car into the tumbler.
So, yeah, Detective Strange, as this montage goes on, you watch as your Dodge Charger, your baby, is fitted with armored plates, a cow catcher, these large, like near monster truck wheels. That
Your girl has become a woman.
That was a creepy as fuck statement for you to say.
You hover there, and as all these like back alley mechanics get called in by Big Mike, he's calling in all these favors. You watch as your bulletproof Dodge Charger becomes a bulletproof Dodge war machine.
Now it's 0% off.
Changing story
12 months
tag.
to pay off the interest.
And like I get serious and I try to take off my coat and I realize not really there. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm dead.
So yeah, so mark off one of the bundles of money.
How many bundles of money do we have?
2.
2? All right.
So
Wait,
yeah.
it costs a whole bundle?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do like, oh, it costs like 50 gold for you to. No, this is City of Mist, all right? Your
fuck it.
money is a tag.
So we have one bundle of money left.
Bullshit.
Oh. I'm looking at our story tags. What's the GK phone?
As soon as you realize that, Eugene, it vibrates.
Oh, sick! Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, we have that agent chick. Who has it? Is it me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eugene, you are standing outside as all of this is going on. The night.
Idiots.
We are. I'm sorry.
We're idiots in game and in real life.
Yeah, I mean,
There are people listening to this who are just like
Yelling at their fucking
yeah, they're
computer
just
or
like,
their phone.
God, yeah, they're just like, we're actually, these guys don't even listen to what they do.
Let's be
I
honest.
forgot that rule.
Listeners, we only get to record this how many times? Like this, we haven't recorded in like 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
We forget. Once we're like more, production line better, we record maybe bi-weekly or more than a week. We'll stop doing these mistakes.
Oh no, I'm not making that promise at all.
I'm making that for my own performance.
Listeners, if you want an actual play, this is what it's like actually playing a role-playing game. People forget rules.
Yeah, no amount of money is gonna make us less dumb. So, anyways, the GK phone is going.
Yeah. So, Eugene, you stand outside Big Mike's shop as the Dodge War Machine is being finished, and you feel a buzzing in your pocket.
Hello?
Time is...
still have that.
Yeah. Is he with me?
We're all in the same room.
No, I
outside
just
the
said
shop.
Eugene's
Just
outside.
I'm alone outside the
never
shop.
I said that twice because we had to do a second take.
Someone's not listening.
You want to do that again?
No, I kind of like.
going.
I kind of like that glimpse of
This is odd
behind
mood
the
at its
scenes that you
finest.
just gave.
Okay, so going to a dramatic moment, you hear a voice on the cell phone go, "Time is running out, Mr. Fritz. Guests aren't arriving at the fundraiser now, but they will be soon. If you're going to be making a move, I would do it soon."
Yes, Agent Evans. I knew that. I knew. I knew you didn't.
Eugene, you don't have to worry about offending me about like forgetting my name.
No,
that is
but
my
I didn't.
my modus operandi is for people to forget who I am.
Oh well, that's true. But you didn't. I don't think because I knew who you were. I knew the phone, and I just. But I didn't forget.
Are you ready to raid the mayor's estate?
Yes, that was the point.
What's the plan?
Well, we discussed a lot of planning, and I think we've got a good foundation for what will be rockin', just a smoking hot. Ooh,
You're going to break in through the front door, aren't
we're
you?
pretty much gonna bulldoze it and play it by ear. Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah.
Okay, you have the phone here. We will be around the estate soon. Let us know when we need to start some shit.
Oh, that's good. Oh, so does that mean you're gonna like Black Ops? Like you're gonna like crash through the windows and we're gonna get some backup? Can we have like a signal? Do I just call you?
You just call me. Yes, that's exactly what I just said.
Okay. If we just need like now, what do I say? Like now.
Yes.
And you'll do what? I just want to know what to expect.
She hangs up.
Hello. Yeah, that's great. I love you too. And be safe out there.
Eugene, get back in here.
Oh, I'm just finishing up a phone call with one of my friends. Well, bye-bye.
And he just kind of sinks his
Is
head
the
down
war
and
machine
walks
ready?
Yes.
Hey everyone, Kevin Carpenter here, producer and MC of Rolling in the Mist. Just got a quick bit of news for you today. Odd Loot is confirmed to be hosting a panel on making an RPG podcast at OrcCon 2020 at the Hilton Los Angeles Airport.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, we got a panel.
They actually want us there?
Yeah, they're allowing us to sit behind a table and talk to a crowd of people as if we know what we're doing. I know, the fools. Anyway, if you're going to be in the area or at OrcCon 2020 and want to meet up with us, please come to the panel. We'll be there most of the day there, honestly, just hanging about, playing some games. What else? Any other news? Thank you, Bravo. All right, with that, back to the session.
It's hard to say that it's darker out because the whole day it's just kind of been this dreary gray that has hung upon the city like a wet blanket. But as guests are beginning to appear at Mayor Dence's estate, which is a large mansion that rests on top of a hill with a winding road that goes down this greenery and then to the front gate that leads to the rest of the city. You've seen Batman, you know his mansion. It's Wayne Manor pretty much.
Okay, it's Wayne Manor.
Yeah, it's pretty much Wayne Manor.
So wait, real quick, sorry to interrupt. So there's a winding road, but it's flat land.
No, it winds up.
But it's still a flatland hill.
There's like trees and grass and all that.
How thick are the trees?
Around the front gate, there's some like thick, like trees. And then as the path goes up further, it's mostly flatland.
Okay.
Mayor Dents stands in his estate as guests begin rolling in limos. Security is stationed at many different parts. And he is standing by his window once again. Dahlia Elodie is behind him. And she says, "You know they're gonna stop by here. They're the kind of people that are gonna crash a party." "Oh, I know. And I think we'll be ready for them. If there's anything like when they broke into your casino, they'll try to put on some sort of disguise or sneak in invisibly or something like that. But I've got security stationed at all these checkpoints. Everyone knows each other. There's no way they can sneak in." And then he looks up at the sky as dozens, not hundreds of shadows flit across the grounds. And Mayor Dracula narrows his eyes, as he sees a giant cloud of birds flying through the sky. And Mayor Dracula goes, "What in Sam hell?" And then all of these birds simultaneously dive down toward the guards in the fields in the front gates. We cut to the front gate where all these cops are now just swiping away at all these birds. Some of them are yelling at each other like, do we shoot them? Like, what's going on? Oh, God.
Is that a bread-breasted eagle?
Oh, God. And one of the cops takes out like a bird washing manual and he's just like furiously like scribbling down.
Jefferson, what are you doing? It's a blue-breasted warbler. What are you talking about? What are you
going to be the talk of my bird sanctuary group.
This is not the time, Johnson, but John James Audubon was my hero.
Captain Jackson steps out of a van and goes, What's going on? Hey, everybody, we going for here, something out here. And it's at that exact moment, 2 large headlights turn on at the end of the road. The camera moves over to the Dodge War Machine, where we see Olivia behind the wheel, who all is seated inside.
Eugene, Fritz in the back seat.
Skid's in the back seat. I assume Strange is in the radio.
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
He's in the radio. He doesn't get a seat. He's just like, excuse me, guys, I'm turning on the FM
And
station.
is Leo in the shotgun?
Yeah.
Okay. Otis is by a nearby building rooftop, so he's just kind of
That son of a...
He's perched there like a gargoyle, his eye just glowing and moving in a different direction. He's controlling a bunch of birds, so it's just like going everywhere all at once.
Why doesn't he
Don't.
I'm just like, why doesn't he show up? You know what I mean? We got room in the car.
He's there.
He's there in spirit.
He's like...
Do you want him to be in the car?
I kind of want him to show up, yeah. And if he dies and it's my fault...
He dies.
No,
He does.
no, just keep him on the roof.
Okay. A giant pencil eraser comes down, erases Otis from the rooftop, and then writes him into the back seat. I was like, wait, what?
Could one thing that Leo could be doing, like, he's not really focused like on the front window. He's actually looking at his hand and just channeling some sort of like wind in his in between his palms.
Okay. You're basically just kind of like juicing yourself up. So Otis is magically in the back seat, and he's like, wait, what? I thought this wasn't part of the plan. And then Olivia floors it. Strange, did you want to do anything right now, or when you get to the estate?
No, while I'm in the car, I do my ghost channeling. And the fucking dead, the spirits of the dead just appear from the ground up.
Gonna need you to roll change the game on that.
You got it. I'm gonna use Call of the Haunted, Speak to the Dead.
A +2.
+2. Can you juice a ghost?
Can I juice a ghost?
Yeah.
Oh.
With like what? Like primal
Blessing?
I don't think so. I think your whole thing is kind of life.
I'm in a radio, so he can actually physically touch something.
No, dude, I won't be able to juice you.
But
Trust me, you don't think I, as the fucking power gamer that I am, want to do this? But no, I can't.
8, 9, 10.
Very nice. Okay, so that's change the game. So you create story tag, ghosts, scale up the effect, army of ghosts.
The Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. So, Strange, give us that narration. What happens?
All right.
My milkshake brings the boys to the yard.
So basically, while I'm in the radio, so they're hearing me. They're hearing me radio voice style, so it's a little jargly. But I basically pull out that fucking monstrous noise. Rise. And the dead, out of nowhere, just start from that hill where the customers are to, or not the customers, where the guests are, up until where they're about to enter. Fucking ghost of by the hundreds just start literally like Thriller style, just start appearing from the ground up.
So as an army of birds flies down and just start messing with all the cops, this army of ghosts rises from the ground, and all the guests just immediately just start screaming. They rush back into their limos. The limos just start peeling off everywhere. Some of the guests are just so terrified that they just run off like into the rest of the estate as like ghosts are just swarming around. And in this horrifying cloud of spirits and birds, Captain Jackson can only see the 2 headlights as they race toward the front gates.
We run them over.
And for just a moment, Captain Jackson thinks,
I need a drink.
and then the car hits the front gates. And that's where we'll end the session.
Nice.
All right, nice.